to work. And I got to figure out what's going on. But anyway, hey, everybody, I'm DP Knudten, and it's time for another Bookward Bound consecutive live stream, 301 of them. Well, put it this way. This is I think it's episode 50. I think it might be 50 consecutive days of doing live streams as I work toward creating a new book by January 1st, 2021. And, I made this commitment to you, and I made it to myself to actually come down here after a day's work, having dinner with my family, and then come down here and do something to move my book forward in one form or another. Typically, I'll do some writing, or I might be designing things like the book cover, like I did right here. Woot, woot, woot. I might be outlining or mind mapping the interior of my book or whatever. Well, tonight I'm going to be adding some section headers or call them chapter pages, if you will, within the book, because I was thinking about it last night after I got off the live stream that I need to have a little bit more organization in the book, because I'm making this argument that personal branding is a good thing, and that specifically nonfiction branding, the philosophy and practice that I developed over, 20 plus years, is a great way to approach it. And I need to lay out that argument or series of arguments in the book in a way that makes sense to the reader. And so the thing I started thinking about was, you know what? I need kind of section dividers to make it clear that when I'm talking about, I'm making the case for personal branding, what it is, and what is nonfiction branding, and then how you go about creating that nonfiction brand, and then executing that nonfiction brand via whatever channels, social and sales-oriented channels you have. So I think those are the four major sections right there. And so I'm going to kick it over to Scrivener, the application in which I am writing the book. And I'm just going to call this the case for personal branding. And I want to pull Tom Peters' pull quote. Tom Peters is the guy who wrote, at least he's the one that I'm most familiar with, developing the idea of personal branding and what it is from Fast Company article. So that's going to lead off the I'm going to give it a Roman flipping numeral. That makes it official, right? So I'm going to change that. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? There we go. All right. So now all these things can I duplicate that? Yeah. I'm going to call this 2. What is nonfiction branding? Pull quote. A pull quote is exactly what it sounds like. Pulling a quote out of a larger document or story that illustrates your concept. So I want to introduce each of these sections with a quote from someone else that really nails it and describes what that section's about. I'm going to duplicate this. I'm going to make it section 3. completely true, completely you. Personal brand. Brand. And then duplicate that. Demonstrating. I don't think I need quotes on that, or even demonstrating. Okay, so these are the four major sections. B, the red gummy bear. Let's say I put it then, just get them roughly in place. Copy. And again, I'm going to place these more appropriately somewhere down the road. But for now, let's just say they go here. Well, that doesn't go there, that's for sure. Okay. So I've now got four major buckets, conceptual buckets, you know, essentially making the case for personal branding in general, defining and making the real case for nonfiction branding, which is a flavor of personal branding. Then talking about how to discover that personal brand, and then how to demonstrate that personal brand. So 4 sections. That's going to help my book have more structure. And again, it makes it a lot easier to actually write a book as well, because you're not writing every page of every section of every part of the book all at one time. You're actually taking a little bite out of it, a little bit at a time. You know, it's that old proverb about eating the elephant. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. How do you write a book? One small part at a time. So parceling out your book into pieces like that makes it much easier to do. So this is going to be a super short episode of Bookward Bound tonight, because I've got other stuff to do, and other parts and pieces of my family need to access parts of the house that include my little hacienda right here. So that's it for tonight. I think this will be the shortest one, maybe. Who knows? But anyway, I'm DP Knudten for Nonfiction Brand Podcast, which comes out every Monday. Check that out wherever you get your podcast for free. I'd also like to invite you to join my Nonfiction Brandversity Facebook group. It's absolutely free. Just search Nonfiction Brandversity on Facebook. Ask to join. Answer 3 questions to prove you're not a bot, and you are in. And that's it. I'll be back tomorrow night for episode 51, if tonight is in fact episode 50. I think it is. So I'm going to go celebrate that very fact right now. So normally this is where I'd hit my theme music, and something's not working right with that. Sorry about that. So instead, I'm just going to do a visual fade out. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.